I'm sticking needles in you rapidors, yes, the lyricist hex. You fear is from next, cause your rappers stay in the fucking red. Period, sex, period. Boardroom to the mixing board room. Whoever's mixing your tune's gonna be bored soon. You're not committed. I was in the 80s, rocket fitted. Send it where the engineering tried to pay me not to mix it. C.E.O. status, usually I'm not for shouting, but yo was doubting, so I dropped an album on Amalgam. Ever see tears from a baby's eye while dad waves goodbye? Sentence was the max beat, he had to wave goodbye. And that's my G, one of the realest in these shady times. Shady times like Marshall's rolling over Haley's eyes. Talcum sore, I'm not ready for war. My style be camouflage, dummy. I've been getting money since Amalgam analog. With the same hand you cats bite off. Daniel, son, I'll take your wax right off, your tax right off. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same question, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same questions, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. Don't ask me about Max B, ask me nothing about buttons. Executive decisions, and that's why I had to cut them. Executive decision. Executive decision. While you was hating, I was making a lot of skrill. Signed currency without the face in a dollar bill. Rhymes worry me, I pout my face that you got a deal. I made it from the bottom to the top of the Hollywood Hills. Probably Capali for real. You're too busy out chasing Molly and pills. All them chemicals in your body could kill. I'm not a hippie, I just know a lot of history. Am I paranoid or do they really got a plot against me? Okay, maybe I am the hippie type, no shit. Maybe they want the microchips inside those wrists. Might wind and dine a serious time, sign a lyricist, earn some cash, burn some wax, go out and climb a pyramid. My muscles and hustle in the skills and evolution. Shot a movie about it, filmed the revolution. Passport, looking like who can ask for more. I see all in the building, but I'm moving past the door. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same question, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same questions, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. Don't ask me about Max B, ask me nothing about buttons. Executive decisions, and that's why I had to cut them. Executive decision. I wrote this verse from up above with a cloud pen. Listen to how the nouns bled. Never will a style end. Never, bro. I'm on the couch with 2 E's and 2 L's like it's the Ellen show. Most of y'all will never blow. You're like wet dynamite at a fireworks show. Don't hate the work ethic though, just admire it, bro. Quiet your tone. I went from eating out McDonald's trash bins to hitting the bank and putting a lot of cash in. Gonna laugh, man. Autographing your CD, and I'm not even a rapper. Go to Egypt and after come back teaching a pastor. I'd school you on the knowledge, but you cowards learn slow. I gotta take this call. It's the Howard Stern show. Is it true you really started Joe Budden TV? True you broke the contract with Jimmy that freed Max B? You really the one who started Little B cooking? Buy the album if you want the answers. Good looking. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same question, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. I ain't stressing, and since they wanna know the same questions, I'll let them know to buy the album or remain guessing. Don't ask me about Max B, ask me nothing about buttons. Executive decisions, and that's why I had to cut them. Executive decision. Executive decision.
www.oghuskyradio.com. See, that's why I like doing this kind of shit here, dog. The motherfuckers that just roll through here like randomly and shit, just chilling. You got a mic, dog? What's up, man? We no mic for you or what? He said, I don't even need a microphone. That's how dope I am.
Microphone check 1 2.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
My name is Anyextee. I'm Anyextee.
Anyextee. Where you from, man? How long? LA cat, right? South Central, East Los Angeles?
I'm Boston bred, but I'm LA based now. I was born in Providence, Rhode Island, raised in Massachusetts, been living in Boston, and just moved out here to LA about a month ago.
Man, with
get
that
this cough drop out of my mouth. This is like mad rude.
Yeah. With that, man, I hope that track we just played, which was Executive Decision, wasn't to answer anything, because that should just open up more and more and more questions. Everybody in here probably has like a good 10 questions for you because of that, you know?
Well, that track specifically, I wrote it because I was frustrated. I was frustrated. I got to rock this like an MC, right?
Yeah.
Should I just freestyle it? No, so I wrote that track basically because I got to the point where it's like I was always being asked, as a CEO of Amalgam Digital, I'm also a CEO of a company called Amalgam Digital, where the hip-hop genre is first digital retail store and record label. We've worked with a number of artists. So, well, since we're in the presence of real hip hop, and there's like everywhere I look, just like, you know, man, they got the fucking Fat Beat sign in the back. What's that tell you? You know what I mean? So the roots of Amalgam Digital started with like Smiley the Ghetto Child, the Juggernauts, Tasha the Alcoholics, Curious George, Tame One of the Artifacts. From there, we went on to sign artists like Joe Budden, Petey Crack, Currency, Saigon, Little B the Bass God. Currently, we have Chewy. So we've worked with a number of established artists. Our most recent flagship artist being Anyextee, the company CEO. That's me.
Yeah. But with that, man, 6 months rapping?
Yeah, it's been about 6 months now. I just got into it, like, taking it serious maybe about a year ago. I decided I wanted to do it, and then
Why though, man? Like, you have the Amalgam Digital, you know what I mean? Enough with that, man. Why the rapper though? You know what I mean? Why that?
Well, I think it's important to get back in touch, like, for any executive to get back in touch with like the artistry side of it. You know what I mean? Like, just being here at the grassroots. Like, this is, without this, Amalgam Digital wouldn't be here. You know, like, this is what I came up out of, and you know, to bring it back to that, like, the essence of it and the artistry. And I got to the point where, like, as an executive, as a CEO, executive manager, and I played this executive role for like several years, but I got to the point where just dealing with artists, I got fed up, man. It's like, you know, it's like we just heard. It's like I'm tired of industry bullshit. And it's not even just the industry, but also dealing with artists. What people don't realize or see on my end is Cole's killing me.
No, it's all good.
So I just got to LA, and the weather here is like fucked up. Well, not fucked up, but I'm like still acclimating from Boston, and so I put the air conditioner last night. Woke up this morning, my throat's all red. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna be. Anyway, so
welcome to LA.
Yeah, I love it here though, man.
Yeah.
Women weather weed.
Yep.
We out here, palm trees, graffiti everywhere. Oh, they're smashing on graffiti. I mean, LA is just, you know.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, you know, it's dealing with the industry, and I got to the point where it's like I got fed up with the bullshit, you know, and I got fed up with also dealing with artists, because it's like you go out there.
Okay, what's a digital deal? Like, you'd be surprised how many artists now that don't even know what that is. Like, explain to it.
Is that because it's like outdated now, or is that still the new thing? I don't even. It's flying by.
Just let them know though, like, you know what I mean, like, cause.
All right, so for us. Well, for me, it basically comes from, like, I started as a DJ back in the day. So I come from the world of vinyl records. I did vinyl distribution. I used to distribute records for B-Boy Records, Boogie Down Productions, KRS-One. Half of these records in the, you know, in here, I worked for the companies that distribute Landspeed, Fat Beat, Traffic. Like, I came up out of that. I came up out of that whole era, and you know, from that, it was probably like, I think it was like 03, 04. I started seeing, like, we had this wave of vinyl, like the late 90s vinyl kind of, it came back and then it died down. It was like, I think 2003, you know, I started seeing sales decline and CDs declining as well. And I was just thinking about the future. I was always want to try to think 5-10 years in the future. Yeah. I was like, where's everything going? It's going to, you know, digital's coming, so it's going to be important to have, like, this digital presence and create this digital store. I can see the power was in stores, because when you think of the money, and if you're thinking, I mean, I come from the culture, I represent the culture, but I got to the point where I was making a living out of it and had to think of it in terms of business. So it's like when you follow the dollar, it comes from the fan or the consumer. From there it goes to the store, distributor, record label, artist. The artist is usually the last one to see anything. Usually they don't see anything. They usually don't get anything. So then they turn around and they hate on the label, and half the time the label's getting screwed because the distributor isn't paying them. And a lot of times the stores may hold up the money. So I was like, okay, it's important to take, like, back in the day you had Sandbox, Hip Hop Site, and ATAC. They were like the first online retailers. And then along came UndergroundHipHop.com from Boston. And, you know, I watched what UndergroundHipHop.com did, and I was like, just that ability to sell product online. If you took that and brought it to the digital space, and I could see that things were going digital. iPod started coming out, iTunes was just coming around. This was real early. This is when heads were still stuck on CDs and doing vinyl.
Yeah.
I just kind of got into the whole digital thing, and I would attend a lot of digital conferences early too. Like the thing that I do different from other music industry people, like I try to come to these conferences. I used to fly out to LA to go to like East Digital West and just like be around all these entities and businesses that were like up and coming technology companies. And I saw that, you know, technology was going to eventually merge with music. It was just the way things were going. Being at the head of that trend, right? So I wanted to put together this digital store, take the concept of the store, make it digital. I already had a background with, you know, the label stuff, work with artists. So it's kind of like bring that into the fold and create an amalgam, a mixture of diverse things, a label, a store, and a distributor all in one. And so the deals for us really varied. Like we had all different options because we already had physical distribution. Okay. And then, so if we want to do things physically, we could do a deal with artists where we'll still put out the CDs, get it in the stores, and we could do digital. We've done digital-only releases. Okay. We were the first to do digital-only releases in hip-hop. You know, that's what brand's mostly noted for. Like, we were the first to do a digital-only album, registered on SoundScan, charting on Billboard, when everybody else was still doing CDs and vinyl. You know, and then creating a store that sells everything digitally. So, I mean, the deals changed. We didn't really want to do like one-offs, like coming from that whole late 90s, early 2000s one-off era where you do one record with this label, another. We wanted to become like this entity that was going to be like long-term, like studying people like Rhyme Sayers or Def Jux, you know, like these labels that had artists that would go out and grind, and it's kind of like a family, you know. We're a real intimate label. I'm ahead. I'm from the culture, so it's like we're very much involved. I'm gonna do this out there, Scribble Jam every year, Rock Steady, you know, wherever it was. I'm not one of these CEOs that's just sitting behind the desk, you know, not doing anything. So I was very involved with the artists, and you know, we really wanted to create that atmosphere. So we would try to structure deals that would be like continuous, like say Joe Budden or Max B. It would be a multi-album deal, so we could drop digital releases. And we were experimenting. It was still like, yeah,
because it was so.
It was still new. We were like, do we want to do digital-only albums? Do we want to do digital with the physical? Do we want to put a pre-release? Let's start doing these like mixtape street album pre-releases to lead up to the big album. And we were just trying to brainstorm a bunch of different combinations to see what would work. So we experimented with a lot of different things.
Anyextee, ANYEXTEE.com.
I apologize, yo. My voice is like...
That just means you have to come back.
Brutal.
That's all. Don't even... Let's load up Lord is My Shepherd. You know what I mean? Let's load that one up. You got it? Lord is My Shepherd. Go ahead and drop it.
Yeah. Well, what number was that?
Number 3, dog.
Number 3.
Anyextee.com. OGSQRadio.com. Stay posted. We can keep talking all motherfucking day. Top right.
I said bye-bye to the birdie in the sky with the all-seeing eye, yo. Don't try to lie to me, and don't spy on me. You invade my privacy. You watch constantly, record and take photography. Your little games might trick the foolish hypocrites a little bit, but soon the kids will be hip to your sick gimmicks. I'll stick a small-minded critic with a rigid share and change his midget mentality. I'll paint a clear, vivid image with words while peering into the eyes of the snake. My penmanship is great like Shakespeare, but has a modern take. A modern take on life, I'll take on any form of shape. Alchemy, I'll transform a sandstorm to a lake and metamorphosize a rock to a grape and press wine for you to drink. I think it's time we must awake, yeah. We've overslept and been lost for many days. So Lazarus, rise up and walk about the grave, yo. There's 10,000 chariots above us in the constellations, and at any time they're ready for a confrontation. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, yo. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no man, for my battles are not of the flesh. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, yo. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, as my shepherd, I will fear no evil. I shall not want, for thou art with me. shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd.
Did you write that?
Yes, I did.
I said bye-bye to the star-spangled eye, the Bill of Rights apartheid. I'm headed where the stars shine. The stars shine bright above our little dark life, hollowed out and filled with simple thoughts of fright. The word freedom is an idol that we worship, but organized religion teaches people to be servants. We turn the other cheek, my brother's keeper keeps the peace. I keep a peace under my pillow while I sleep. And just in case the night thieves tries to enter in my temple, I resemble the creator, physical and mental. I bear the likeness when I write. The pen has more might than a knife. It's stronger than the broadsword, it's born to fight. It's stronger than the long arm of the Lord, coming from a land I never saw, but evidently headed for. Respect all truth and sour honesty, I'm speaking from the knowledge tree I'm eating in the Garden of Eden. There's 10,000 chariots above us in the constellations, and at any time they're ready for a confrontation. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, yo. And though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no man, but my battles are not of the flesh. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, yo. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
www.oghuskyradio.com. East Los Angeles hip hop worldwide. Man, what's up with the healing tones and frequencies in those tracks, man?
So that's cymatics, the concept of cymatics, and here we go.
Yeah.
I could use some cymatics right now. No, so check it out. It's basically we applied a lot of different techniques to put the healing frequencies and tones into the music, including the tuning. In fact, my sophomore album is gonna be more. We're gonna go even deeper with it. Everything's gonna be tuned specifically. But basically, certain tones and frequencies are scientifically proven and known to heal the body physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Like, music has an effect on us because sound is vibration. The entire universe is built on vibration, right? So certain vibrations, what's vibration? It's energy. You have like positive and negative, and there's certain positive energies or vibrations and tones that can affect you in a certain way. For example, like I think you have like or Royal Raymond Rife. Are you familiar with Royal Raymond Rife?
No, I'm not.
Royal Raymond Rife, he like discovered some he like put the pretty intense guy. Look him up. Royal Raymond Rife. I suggest you go and research him. He's done like he basically discovered the tone while developing microscopes. He was developing microscopes, discovered a tone that would basically kill E. coli and cancer cells. So there's certain frequencies, or the frequency that's known to kill cancer cells. So like using the right frequencies or certain frequencies that are known to activate.
What happened to him? He got killed?
He died. He died poor and broke, but he got shut down.
Okay.
He ran into problems. You can research it. The history's out there.
Okay.
Interesting
kinda,
guy.
Yeah. With that, man, so then what do you start? You starting a fucking cult? You starting a gang? Like, what are you
Me?
doing with all these little secret
frequencies
and shit? You know
All right,
what
so
I mean?
nothing's secret, and everything is completely transparent. I'm not starting a gang. The only gangs I know are Gang Star. That's the fucking blueprint. Okay. No, but no. In all seriousness, it's nothing secret. It's completely transparent. It's about at the end of the day, it's about healing people, helping people, and inspiring people, right? Like, that's what I'm doing this for. I'm not here for the money. I've made money in the industry. I've had money. I've lost money. I've had money. I've lost money. Like, I'm at a point in life where, like, fuck the monetary system.
Is hip-hop lacking that right now? Is that why you got to, like, jump out from the cuts and get on the mic because there's no MCs doing it, or?
I would say, like, on the creative or original side, I think there's a lack of creativity and originality. I think there's a lack of consciousness. Not to say there's not conscious MCs, because there are. You know, the problem is it seems like there's some sort of overall agenda that presents those type of artists from getting mass exposure. You're not going to hear music that, for the most part, you're not going to hear something that's positive or something that's meant to heal you or uplift you or open your mind or expand your consciousness or help you, your human potential. What you're going to hear is popping bottles, basically mindless materialism.
So how you gonna change that on a mainstream level then? Like, cause that you're
Fuck the mainstream. That's why we're here right now. It's like, if I gave a fuck about the mainstream, I'd be on Hot 97. But I don't give a fuck about Hot 97 because you got program directors like Ebro who are going to diss Chuck D, a Public Enemy. And it's like, wait a minute. That is the culture. That's but the significance, like, none of us would be here if it wasn't for a Public Enemy or a KRS-One. And when you have these corporations, it's like, the ego gets in the way and prevents them from seeing the roots and where this shit came from.
Okay, whose fault is it where Hot 97 can essentially diss or even question Chuck D's relevance in hip hop? Like, whose fault is that?
I can't speak for them, and I can't speak for their reasoning.
But what about
hip
hip hop? Like hip hop, where as a hip hop head, where's the blame? What fell through?
I think people need to take blame for their own actions. I think all of us, it's like, I'm not sitting here to preach and say I'm on some pedestal, I'm better, because I've done my own fucked up shit. We all have. I think individually we all need to improve as human beings in general, so that when we can come together collectively, like, check it. It's like this, right? When I was recording the album in Hawaii, I jumped into the water. I went scuba diving early in the morning. I took a break from the studio, went scuba diving with my engineer. Shout out to Joe Wallach, the Frequency Master. But I noticed it was like a school of fish, right? And they were like swimming together. So I went diving straight into them, and they all moved in perfect synchronicity. It's like they all telepathically communicated and knew how to move. And then I get out and I look at the birds in the sky, and they like flock together in synchronicity. And then I look around at human beings, and I'm like, man, we are out of sync and fucked up.
And then you put on Hot 97, and it was like, this is a new dish right here coming from.
Yeah, basically. And it's like DL said, turn off the fucking radio. None of that shit is healthy. It's like, it would appear as if there's some eugenics agenda or some sort of
for it not to be obvious and not to, like, you know what I mean? Like, honestly, if you're not on that level of consciousness or whatever, but it's like, just take a look at it. There has to be. There's no other rational explanation.
It's with everything everywhere, with food, with having everywhere you go, you got a liquor store, or like, you look at a hood, for example, you got there's no Whole Foods in the hood. You don't find Whole Foods in the hood, but you're going to find blue juice and sugar everywhere. It's going to affect your body and affect your system. Food is the number one. It's like the shit we take and put into our body. And I say shit because they call it food, but most of the shit you buy is shit. Yeah. Because real food comes from the earth.
Is it just population control, or is it really a mind agenda?
It could be both. I mean, I can't say. I'm not sitting in Bilderberg group meetings. I don't, I'm not.
Oh, well, the Illuminati, does the Illuminati exist? Is there such a thing as Illuminati?
I mean, there's obviously a presence known as the Illuminati. To what degree and what definition you have.
No, what do you have? Don't quit
well,
it back on me. I'm asking you, dog. Shit.
I
know.
Well, yeah, the history of the Bavarian Illuminati. There was, I don't think it is what people think today. And I think in terms of what, like, a lot of rappers or hip-hop artists look at it, it's like, and this shit is so whack to me, because you had, years ago we had Tupac screaming kill Illuminati, and now you got all these clowns on the front line on major labels and on the radio that are acting and pretending like they're down with the Illuminati just because they made some money. And when people make money, because obviously the wealthiest people hang out together, but, a lot of these hip-hop artists, they're not in the Illuminati. French Montana, Rick Ross, that's not the Illuminati. They may be serving an Illuminati agenda, but it's like, at the end of the day, so it's like, to me, that shit's whack.
Anyextee.com, ANYEXTEE.com.
You ain't no Illuminati.
OG Husky Radio, we don't agree with any of his views.
Put a disclaimer on the shit. I stand by what I say. This has nothing to OG Radio.
You like how I pumped that shit up and then I put it on him and shit?
No, I'm just saying, when to me, it's just whack. It's not hip-hop. It's not hip-hop culture. When you have, these guys aren't hip hop anyway. They're rappers.
I just don't want to be the only one saying it that way. You know what I mean? That's why I fucking. You know what I mean? I don't say it all the time.
You're talking to somebody that sees the difference between a rapper and an MC.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? An MC, hip hop is an ancient tradition. It's a ceremony. An MC is a master of ceremony. A rapper is just an actor that's emulating everything else, and that's what's finding its way to radio, to rappers. But the MCs come from emceeing, moving and motivating the crowd. In ancient civilizations, you would have a sect or a tribe of people, and the elders, the wisest ones, the MC, they'd gather around a campfire, whatever it be.
The wisest ones.
Through song and dance, through ritual, just like when we show up at a hip-hop show and we show up at a crowd and we're doing it to music, it's a ritual, it's an ancient ceremony. It's a practice, and it was important to uplift the people and have fun doing it. And that's what hip hop was built on. You go back to like Zulu Nation and the principles of hip hop, consciousness, fun, unity, you know, and positivity. It's not about mindless materialism and bullshit and Molly and popping Molly and bottles and money and
But that is fun too, though. www.ogoscurity.
It's fun for some, not for me. If you want to put poison in your body and you think that's fun, that's cool. But for me, I'm trying to live and I'm trying to be the best I can be. So like, what's fun for me is eating right and eating healthy and helping other people understand.
But you're sick right now, dog.
I'm not sick. I sat in front of some fake air conditioner and it fucked up my throat.
I just fuck with you.
Turmeric, spirulina, moringa, echinacea.
Anyextee.com.
Water.
Thanks for coming through, dog. You already know, man. Get that spin cycle loaded up. Let's do this, man. Any shout outs while you're loading it up, man?
Shout outs to OG Husky Radio for keeping it real with the real hip hop. Shout outs to my guys Riot Gear. Take off the fake shit, put on some Riot Gear. And this is Spin Cycle produced by my man Will Holt for 200 Proof Beats. Just dropped this video. Oh no, that's cease and desist. This is Spin. Oh, wait a minute.
Number 9.
Oh, 9?
Yeah.
You guys are getting the whole album. You're hearing all snippets. All right, Spin Cycle.
Oh, just here. Thanks for coming through, dog.
Appreciate you.
I wash the blood off the green fiber paper. Amalgam gutting on me. This industry can't stop me. These artists are just copy copies. But I'm like Noriega. Yeah, I'm like Castro. I got consistent cash flow. Who are you? You're an asshole. But that's the past though. Bust the flip, bust your lip, bitch. I'm the Don Juan chicken charmer. You're just a chicken farmer. Get my eggs, make me breakfast. Lay in bed with naked red bone celebs. Give me head doctor like West Coast. We break you off proper like East Coast. We hit the streets. Malcolm Digital. Diminished beef. We finish millions of feet above our minions. I beat that Grim Reaper. The whip got zebra seats. The sheets are equally as exquisite. Sweet like, yeah, got that sweet life. Sweet spices on the table, dinner time. Ring the bell, ring the alarm. I'm raising hell, come pour my bath water. I got the candles lit. She take a Dolce & Gabbana skirt down. She can't handle it. Broski, I'm the shit. Pound that Wu-Tang until it stink. Love pink, yeah, I'm victorious. I got the catalog of Ron Osley. I got the ice spill halfway in the rocks glass. She asked me what I wanna drink. I'm like, bitch, surprise me. I introduced her to the G-Pen. I popped the cherry very right. Now she asks me every night if I could bury pipe. Shit, ain't this the life?